Hey everybody, Jason from Nocode VA. So I'm just looking through all the emails that I'm getting from Airtable over the last few days, and normally I'll do a video like this at the end of the month because this is when Airtable release all their updates and they put a nice quick video together of all the updates that have come for this month. But there's so many coming thick and fast in the last couple of days that I thought it'd just be easier to do a video than try and to post about them. So, and some of them are pretty good, pretty significant. So what we're just going to have a quick look at, and this is a quick look because they've just been released. I haven't had a chance to play with them, but you know, just be aware of them, and to some of you it might be some things that you've been waiting for. So let's just have a quick look at what they've released. So changes to the base interface. So this is here, some just little changes here, tweaks to the interface when you're looking at the data. So previously we had automations over here with the extensions, but we have data now, automations and interface all here. So again, usually you would access interfaces from here, but now we have them here, which is just handier really. It's just easy to get to, it's one less click, and it's just easy to switch between data, automations and interfaces. So that's a nice little change there. So next we have duplicating automations. So we'll come back to interface form, duplicating automations. So while we're here, automations, and so this is duplicating automation actions. So previously we've been able to duplicate automations, so we can click and duplicate a whole automation. What we couldn't do is duplicate actions within the automation. So now if we click on here, we can say duplicate action, and we can duplicate that action. So that's quite useful when you're doing conditional actions as well, where you'll do, if this happens then this. Some of these actions will be very similar, so rather than have to recreate them all, you can just duplicate now. So very useful, again, save quite a bit of time with that one. So what we got next, so let's have a look here. We'll just look at managing fields, and we'll come back to interface form. So you might have noticed then we're looking at here, these different interface buttons here. Automations used to be over here, but now if we just go back to data, now we have this manage fields option. So we still have extensions, which are the previously called Airtable apps. Now we have manage fields, so we can manage the fields all in one place. So we can change the name and add descriptions and everything just in an easier place. But also we can change permissions on the field level. So we can change who has access to specific fields as well. So rather than who has access, so specific users or the group of users that have access. So that's really useful as well. One thing people are not too happy about, and it would be nice to have generally, if we click in here and look at dependencies, so we can see this field here has dependencies, but we need to upgrade to enterprise to see that. So it would be nice to have that, so that if you're changing fields that have dependent automations or interfaces or something that links to it, then that would be nice to be able to manage that. But it seems this is enterprise only feature, so yeah, not great. And then just going back to interface forms then, so let's have a look at that. So as you know, we have forms already in the data. If we look at things in the data view, we just get out of this. How do I get back to this now? Okay, so I just click out of that. So if we go back to the data view, obviously we have forms. We can create forms here. And what we've had to previously do, if you're in interfaces and you want to add records, then you've had to, you know, create a link and things like that to the form. So if I just go to interfaces, I'll show you what I mean. You know, if we wanted to add to the student table here, we would have to create a form and then link the form in here with a kind of hyperlink or something. Now we have an option to add records. So let me just show you how that's done. So if we go back to the interfaces and we create new, so we had these three previously, sorry, these four with blank. We now have create a form. So we can just go through and create forms. Now these differ from the forms in the database because these are forms that can only be accessed by people who have access to your Airtable base. So these are really internal forms rather than, you know, a replacement for the forms that we've got already. So we can create the form here, we can go next and we can add in some fields. next, and we can give it a name and everything else. So what that does is creates, let me just finish that. It creates a form here, we can publish it. So if we go back to the overview of the interface now, we have this new student form here. So we can add records via this. What we can also do, if we go back to the student's record view, interface view, you can add into here as well. So I've already done this, but if we go into edit mode again and we click on here, we can see we have this down here where we can add record, and we can it basically attaches the form to it. We can click on here and edit the form, but now if I just click on here, it will open that form for me. So that's just a nice way of being able to add records to record views, which is something that wasn't previously there. And like I say, the workaround was just to, you know, add a link in there, which wasn't great. So let me just check, but I think that's everything for now. I'm sure there's more coming, and so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, so the base interface changes, the interface forms we just looked at, duplicating automation actions and managing fields. So yeah, keep them coming, Airtable. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for listening. See you soon.